creations alive, dreams retold, the hum of the machine, the beat of the night. Tim hosts the spark, the guiding light. Electric vibes, hands to the keys, chats alive, riding the breeze from the firm roots to the rising stars, subscribers and visitors. Here you are. Welcome to the stream. Hearts collide. Hanging with Tim on a Sunday ride. Community strong. Let the love flow. With 3D Canada, let's start the show.
Hello and welcome. Sunday night. Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome to DeWitt 3D Canada. It's been a day. I want to say hello to Russ Gare, who is here first, and I want to personally thank you, Russ, for popping on stream with me yesterday and walking through some Friday night, man, time flies, and walking through some really cool stuff with me. I really appreciate everything, and we'll get into more of that later. Jerry 3DHP is here as always. Kilroy's Odessa Woodworking is here. Hello, hello, and howdy. Big Bad Joe. Betty Boop is here. Andrew Humphrey, the class clown. And yes, fire does work. Andrew Visley's here. Who else is here? Who else is here? Guy the Jedi. And these strange things, Kaz Bricks. Well, hello, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You know, it's never, there's never nothing going on with this whole Sunday live stream thing. So David Walton here has got your first laser, just finished setting it up, the Creality A1. Awesome. Congratulations, David. Good for you. Awesome. Anybody on here knows anything about PCs, maybe can just tell me these strange things coming over from Kilroy's live stream. Awesome. Well, thank you, Kilroy, for bringing people over. Hey, cool. I have on my PC four USB ports that have stopped working. And they're all in the one bank, and I don't know, now I don't know if that's hardware or software related. I know nothing about PCs. All I know is that when I plug something into those ports, it recognizes that it's plugged in, but they are not working. In other words, for instance, when I plug my laser in to one of those USB ports, it bing bing, it recognizes that it's hooked up. The computer recognizes, but then it won't connect to the laser. Nothing will work. My cameras won't work through those ports, nothing. So I have kind of fidgeted around to get things working for the stream tonight. So we'll see. I just don't know if that's hardware related or software related, but the good news is I do have a extended service warranty on this computer. So if need be, I can bring it in and get it fixed. Maybe they got to replace a board where the USBs go in. I'm not sure. But anyways, we'll see. Sounds like a driver issue. That could very well be. Maybe I have to reinstall the drivers. So, but that's okay. We'll work at it. We'll get it going. Hopefully the color's okay. My monitor here, my big monitor that I'm watching on is, did they work before? They did work before. And I don't know what I did that maybe made them stop working. So yeah, could be weird. Did you get an unrecognized USB message? Not really. Nothing yet. So And it shows that if I actually go, let me look this up and see if I can pop this up in this window, device manager. And it shows all my USB ports, I believe. Again, I don't know a lot about PCs. Let me share my display with you, show you what I'm looking at here. Let me get my mug out of the bottom corner there, though. Whoops. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, I can just put this up a little higher, but it shows right there. Oops, come on. Let me get this here. Let me just move this up out of the way here. And let me minimize that. There we are. So it shows all my USB ports, universal USB controllers. It shows them all there. And basically shows most of them. I think that's where I look to see my USBs, but I'll figure it out. Maybe I need to update some drivers. Maybe I've got too many things plugged into my USBs. But all the other ones, other than that one bank of 4, seem to be working fine. So, anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll get to that. Figure that out one of these fine days. At least I can still stream because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 USB ports on this thing. So, yeah. Anyways, 21 people watching. Don't forget, up at the top of chat, there is a pinned link to enter the Polymaker draw tonight. Even though we're going to be concentrating on laser for the next little while, we're gonna get into some 3D printing stuff. This is still a partnership channel with the channel that's partnered with Polymaker. And so go ahead and enter to win some Polymaker Filament, and thank you, Polymaker, for making that available. Also, down in the description of the chat, there is a link. It's a little different link today. I couldn't get my normal type of link to work, but the link does work. I tested it both. So we have the link up in the chat that way, and we have the link down in the description. So go ahead and enter to win. Enter to win. What am I missing in chat here? Catch up on the chat. No yellow question marks or explanation point. Oh, I think there was a yellow explanation point. Exclamation point. Let's just see. And I think there was, come to think of it. Yes. Right here. Doop, doop. There is one. Oops. Hang on. Let's just. Oh. Okay, come on. We got to get that off the screen. There we go. So right there. If you look right down, it says unknown USB device configuration descriptor request failed. Right there, there is a yellow exclamation point and a little triangular thing there. So maybe that right there is what's giving me an issue. So, awesome. Use a powered USB hub anyway, so not to pull too much power from the motherboard. Ah, okay. Well, maybe that's what I need to do. Here, let me get rid of this. Maybe that's what I need to do, is just get a powered USB hub. I have an unpowered USB hub here. I think it's unpowered. No, yes, it's an unpowered USB hub that I'm running 4 things out of right now. So that's obviously still going to be driving power from the motherboard where it's plugged into the main computer, but at least it's working, and it's how I got by right now. So good thing everybody's entering. Awesome, awesome. Anyways, I'm not going to spend any time on that. I just thought, okay, so I'll check it out. I'm pretty sure it's not hardware related because it's a pretty new system. So I will figure out what's going on software-wise with that. Do a little bit of the Google research. So as you see, I've been playing with a few coasters this week. I've had these for a long time. Got a couple cartons of them from China. And they worked out to be a hell of a lot less expensive than buying them locally. But out of opening 50 or more, we had this many defective ones, but which isn't so bad. And when I say defective, I mean I'm being really fussy when there's tiny little nicks out of them and stuff like that. The average customer wouldn't know if I were to sell those because they're slate coasters. They're rock. They tend to chip, but they're really nice. These are nice smooth surface coasters that I'm working with here. So I want to continue on with something we started last time with this guy. So I've got the gels now for this tea light, and this is a model courtesy of Rusker, who's in chat. And this turned out beautiful. I did kind of mess up because I deleted the layer that was supposed to score on the edges here and on the bottom, but I'm still happy with the results of this, even though I deleted a layer that was supposed to give a little score. So that's not a bad thing. And I did break one of my heads off, but I glued it back on, and you don't even notice that it was glued or broken. So we're all good with that. I got the gels in. So what I want to do is print the gel template, or cut out the gel template that Russ had provided with this model. And I want to cut out some red gels and put the red gels in this to sort of finish it off. And then from there, I'd like to burn a couple coasters, show you the really cool setup feature in the XTool Creative Space software that I just kind of stumbled upon. That's been there for, I think, the last 8 or 9 months is the way they position stuff on the bed. So anything more than a 4, I use a powered USB hub on each USB outlet on the computer. Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'm going to look into that, because the powered USB hubs are not expensive these days. And I think, and it would make my wiring a little bit neater too if I just had a couple hubs lined up and I could plug all my USB devices into those powered hubs. So I think I'm going to do that. There we go. Another CG is here. Should say hello to everybody as they start to come in. Hello, hello. I don't think anybody else. Lost Sync is in, definitely. Came in, he was new. I didn't say hi to him initially. But I think we got everybody on board. We got 28 people watching. Don't forget, go enter to win some filament. And in the meantime, I'm going to change out heads because, as you saw in the video, and that's why my intro video with the music didn't have my regular background, because I don't have the cameras working that usually point at the displays that are behind me here. So yeah. So that's why. That's my story, and I am sticking right to that. Okay. So I'm going to actually turn this one thing out because it's very bright and it's distracting my... There we go. It's distracting me in the screen. I'm going to put the different head on here. I'm going to put the 40 watt head on instead of the 2 watt. And I believe where did I put my hex key for that? It's right up there. So we're going to switch over, and I'm going to switch this head. We're going to grab some wood, and we're going to do a little bit of cutting here. So 23 watching and only 6 likes. Oh, come on, guys. Are you all too lazy to click a button and click a finger? Come on. Now, I'm not doing anything till I get 15 likes. 15. But I'm sure that'll happen, so I will do stuff. Okay, we're going to flip over here. Oh, the light went off. Let me just do that so I can get the light back on here. There we go. So it's a little bit lighter in there. You liked. I'm glad you liked. You're lurking and in and out, but you'll be trying to get dinner. Get dinner, Kilroy. It's important to be eating. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to switch out heads here. We do want to turn the power off. So I'm going to get an alternative light here so you guys have a bit more light. I really need to put this secondary light source on a overhead thing where I can sort of, you know, have a decent light source here. And if I go like that, there we go. I think that's going to be, oh yeah, that's lots of light. That's pretty good. It's almost like studio. It's almost like a mysterious kind of, you know, funky light. $14 now. Awesome. Good. Okay, let's get up. Let's go ahead and... I don't know why this laser heats itself up when it's not running, but that's just something I need to learn about these IR lasers. IR heads. Pop that out. And before I go further, I'm just going to pop out the air assist and the main plug. I got to change the name of the channel, don't I? From Do It 3D to Do It 3D and Laser. Although 3D, it's a maker channel. And there we go. Here goes the infrared laser. Oops, can't forget to take this guy out. Need that for the other one. Oh, this laser is really hot. That's okay. That'll cool off. And we'll pop in the 40 watt. Like so. Do. Da, da, da. Need some jazzy music here. But I don't want to get demonetized, so I better not sing anything, and I better not say that one word I said before that got my video actually taken right down. Fortunately, it was like after the live stream was finished, so we were good. And there we go. That head's in there. We'll plug in the air assist. Come on. And the main cord, data power cord in, and we'll put on the side. We're just going to put this. This is what goes down and measures the focus. And that is on. Now we can pop the power back on the machine. Take this light away, and we're going to be ready to roll here. Not that word. I don't know why it would be hot if I'm not using it. When it's sitting there idle, it heats up, and then when I go to use it, it says it's above a certain temperature, it needs to cool down. Then the internal fans come on, and it cools it down very fast. But why it's hot when it's sitting there idle, I don't know. I don't know if maybe there's something being activated that shouldn't. I will look into it, and I will probably contact XTool, or I'll do some research and see if that's normal. But it's fairly warm right now, and it hasn't been used in a couple hours. So I'll look into that for sure to make sure that there's nothing too wonky going on there. Which word is that? You have 100 watt Omtech. Wow. I mean, if I had space, I wouldn't have the space if I had that. Brent Ferguson from Texas, hello, hello. Zybertech, hello, hello. I'm just going back to see who came in while I had my back turned there. Don't forget, guys, coming in new, just go ahead and enter it and win some Polymaker Filament tonight. It'll be good. We're going to do that giveaway soon. Rob H, hello, hello. The Theo Canizo, Rob H, hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of wood, just a scrap. All it is there was, and I missed it, in Russ's files, and we're going to glue this together after I get the gels in, but in the file there was an actually piece to cut out, or two pieces to cut out, which is the actual cutting templates for the gels that cuts them exactly the right size. So I'm going to open that file and grab those cutting templates, because what I failed to do was move the file over far enough to see them. So let's go back to the display. That looks really funky right there, but let's go ahead and open this up. Don't worry about that. I was doing something different here. And I'm going to open, and it is I think it's on my desktop, or it was in the downloads. Where did I put it? It's in the desktop. I think my DeWitt one. Right here, DeWitt T-Lantern. So we'll open that one. Doo-doo, boop. It opens up. He obviously has an F1. Lucky bugger's got an F1 laser. Oh! I'd kill for an F1 fiber laser. Okay, and so we're going to switch this to the XTool S1, and now it noticed right here. This is telling me, hey, you switched out the head. So we're going to switch the head, and so we have. Oh no, it's not doing that yet. Right there, the process module for the device select does not match the parameter. And here we want to switch the heads. Boom. Now we have the 40 watt head up there, and we have this up here. And what I neglected to find before was if I move these all the way over, right there, there's the cutting templates right there that I want. So we're going to ungroup all this. Doop, doop. So I have just the cutting templates here now. So I can move them. I'm going to find myself a piece of wood, and we're going to cut those out. Let's go back over here. Oops, and back over. Oh, come on. First time using these buttons. You have an Omtech 80 watt XTool S1 40 watt. So you've got this same one here, and an XTool F1. Love them all. They all do something different. Yeah, I love this S1. This S1 is great. Do you have the riser with this one? I've got the riser on this one. Oh, and I just about dropped my camera. Oh, that was close. You must look behind you, Tim, when you move your chair around. Yeah, it's got this part here that opens up. And you can do a run through here, or this allows you to lower the tray for the rotary and so forth. And I also have a rotary. I just have not used the rotary yet. I'm going to move my chair back over this way because I just about knocked my camera over. Laser pulse rifle in 40-watt range, Terminator. I am the Terminator. Be careful grabbing your wood, it's a family show. Well, we're going to grab some wood here now. Let's grab some wood. Let's grab a piece of wood. I don't need anything big. Those are, how big are those things? Let's just move this and just see. Oh, they're fairly decent size. So let's see, I can grab, I don't want to grab my good wood. I can probably cut that out. We'll just grab a fresh piece of wood here. I'm not happy with this last batch of wood I got from my one supplier, but I think I'm going to start getting my wood from True Flat from now on. So we'll go here and we're going to do the, we're going to measure the thickness of the wood. So here, let me switch this over. So I just click this button and that's just going to go out and it's going to put the probe down and it's going to touch the wood so it knows where to focus. There we go. And then we're going to come back. Okay. So now, oh, come on, I moved that silly thing when on the display. It's just because I'm vain and I want my picture everywhere. There we go. There we go. So the X marks the spot, so I'm just going to cut from the top left corner of the wood. So I can move that head up there on purpose just like that. And then I go ahead and I take this and I can put that right about there. My wood does not go up to the top here, just so you know. The wood actually, I've got that laser at the top left corner of where my wood is going to go. So you can kind of see in this image here where the laser is pointing. So the red laser dot is pointing right in about there, so I'm not wasting too much wood. X marks the spot. It does. So we're going to come back here. We're going to be cutting. Now I can go in here and I can tell it it's 3mm basswood. Actually, it's 3mm. Well, it's 3mm basswood, but I like to cut it a little hotter. So we'll see what they suggest for that. So we're going to confirm that. So they've got it at 100% at a speed of 15. I don't think I need to go that high. I think I can get away with 90% on this laser with the air assist. We have one pass, lower the focus. We don't turn that on. Lowering the focus is basically if we're cutting something thicker, it would lower the focus towards the bottom of the wood so we get a clean cut through. Tab generation we don't need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and process because I don't really need to do a focus or a framing because I know exactly where we're going with it. And I'm going to close the lid and I'm going to say start. I'm going to turn my air on and I'm going to turn my vent on. So it's going to get a bit loud. We have to vent this all outside so that I give my neighbors some smoke to smell. And we're going to turn the air assist on full. And we're going to go ahead and start cutting. And you're going to say, ah, my eyes, my eyes. Oh, we'll put it over here. Why do I think I needed to change the order of the cut here because that's going to cut the outside first before it cuts the two cross cuts. That's my fault. Ah, see? Ah, my eyes. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay though. I don't like this wood. It's not cutting all the way through. At this power, it should be. Mind you, this is a little faster speed than I normally do. Oh, we'll see. All I need to do is get one of them out. Let's see what that did. No, not, no. Oh man, okay. That I had that faster than I should have had. I know, do a test piece. I have a test piece somewhere, but let me redo this. Let me do this at, what did I do here? Oh, because I was at 15 millimeters. Oh, well, let's do what it said. 100% at 15, I think is what it said. Oh, I'm going to slow that down to 12. More power, I know. This is now your test piece. Yeah, tell me about it. Okay, let's see if this works through. Let's use what they suggested. 100% power. Oh, that looks better. You can tell by the smoke coming out the back that that's going to be better. Oh, here, hang on. You help if I did that right. My eyes are lasers. Yeah, you can tell by the smoke. I can always tell by the amount of smoke that's coming out the back that it is cutting. I hope. Let's see when it goes up. Yeah, this is going right through this time. I know. Listen to what the software says. I normally cut it around 9 or 8 at 70 or 80%. I try not to run the laser at 100%. I don't know. Does that shorten the life? Part of me thinks that running your laser at full power all the time shortens the life of the laser. Where is a Tim the Toolman Taylor when you need him? Yeah, I can see the beam under the bed. Oh, it's definitely cut through now. You can see that one piece that kind of fell. If I get you down a little now, you can't really see it, but if I back you up, you can see that one piece at the top kind of fell through. Theoretically, this should be, this is going to work anyways. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I should have done the cross cuts first. But yeah, you can see that definitely worked this time. We're going to give it a few seconds for the smoke to clear. A few seconds for the smoke to clear. Call Blindfold Tools. Binford Tools. Binford. Okay. That definitely worked. One, two, three, four. Oh, there are different sizes. Okay. So the two are just a little bit different sizes. Okay, because yeah, two of the sides are a little narrower. So there we have our templates cut. I want to get rid of, I want to figure out, and I want to start raising my pieces off the honeycomb, because you can see here there's some flashback burning from the honeycomb all around the edges on here. So I'm trying to come up with a something that I can actually like pinpoint to raise it up, so when I'm cutting a piece of wood it actually only has a few areas of contact. So the front side's clean because it's got the air assist on, but the back side we got the honeycomb flashback burn. At least that's what I'm calling it. Okay, so we'll pop that and we'll shut the fan off for now so it's quieter in here. And I need a base piece just to cut my, I'm just going to use this piece to cut on where I kind of screwed up. Actually, I'll use the back of it to cut on. Actually, do I have a cutting mat here? I thought I had a cutting mat here. I do have a cutting mat here, so I don't need to use that. I'm going to pull this up. I actually have a mat that's made for cutting. An actual cutting mat. Look at that. Golf tees, yes. Okay. Let's have a seat here. So, I'm going to pop this thing apart. Good idea, Jerry. What'd Jerry say? I want to see. Oh yeah, golf tees. You could make golf tees out of these things for sure. You run your, Stranger Things, run your diode at 100% all the time. You can run it full power and faster, or lower power for longer. It will end up being about the same. Okay, makes sense. And I guess you're going to get years and years of use out of this thing probably before you ever have to, yeah. Oh, a magic eraser will get rid of it on the wood, on this stuff. I'll have to get a magic eraser and try it. I know that on this wood, just a damp cloth really, on this true flat stuff, the damp cloth got that stuff off really good. I don't know if this would. Let's just try this. No, so yeah, maybe if the magic eraser will. These are just cutting guides anyways, it doesn't matter. These are just kind of scrap pieces. So we're gonna pop this apart. Like so. I haven't glued it yet, obviously. The only piece I glued on was the bottom in here where the tea light sits. So we'll pop these apart, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, those are just slightly narrower. The DeWitt logos are slightly narrower than the Canadian flag side, hence why we have two different size templates. That man thought of everything when he designed these things. Russ, you're a genius. I just realized, is your last name Griswold? Maybe not. Okay. So we got this brand new cutting mat. I totally forgot I had this down there, and I've been cutting on the, anyways, it doesn't matter. We got a brand new cutting mat. We're gonna open up these gels. I did open one side of these right here. I want to put red gels in these because they're DeWitt, and my DeWitt logo is red. And look at that nice red gel there. That's beautiful. Now, Russ did point out to me, which is good because I probably wouldn't have realized it, that there is a layer. There is a layer that you peel off on these gels prior to putting them in. One thing I didn't ask you, if you're still here, did you glue these in or did you tape them in, these gels? I'll figure it out either way, but so we're going to take our knife, make sure we have a nice sharp blade here. Don't do this at home, guys, with that. Protect your fingers when you do that. I'm a professional. I work with these knives every day. So, and always put tape around or something, or if you don't have a storage container, so that you don't cut yourself in the hand with those blades when you pick it out of the garbage or something. Safety first. Hey, Jose, how are you, sir? Okay, so now we'll take these templates. So obviously we're going to cut 2 of each. So we only need 1 of each size, and we're going to lay it down and just simply use this as a cutting guide, like so. Nice sharp blade. I don't know how easy these gels cut, but that seems reasonable. Let's see, did that cut right through? It did too. That's pretty easy to cut. Okay. One of these. They're glued in. You can use CA glue or the tight bond wood glue. Okay, good. Thanks, Russ. I got the CA glue handy right here, and I do have the wood glue here as well, but I'm going to just get this. Actually, if I line it up with my grid here, that's what I like about the cutting mats with the grids. You can kind of line it up that way. You kind of get your piece on there nice and straight. And obviously we want to minimize waste on these gels because they do cost a little bit of money. There we go. And there we go. Piece number 2. Okay, oh, little corner there, that's all right though. And then that was the larger one. And we'll cut 2 of the smaller ones. Am I going to get one out of there? Oh, not quite. I wonder if that would work. This one top piece left over right here is just a hair smaller than I'm going to cut it out anyways. And I'm going to see if if I can get away with it. And if I can't, I can't. If I can't, I can't. Okay, let's just see. That would be on this one. Oh yeah, I can get away with that. I can get away with that for sure. Cool. Less waste, no haste. And one more piece out of this. I just got a variety pack of these gels. I got them on Amazon. I don't know what I paid for them, but I don't remember. But they weren't expensive. And it's a variety pack of different colors. And you can buy specific colors if you want. Okay. And there we go. And there's that one. Okay, so there's our 4 pieces of gel. Smaller should work just fine, yeah. As long as it covers that one edge of the wood. So pop this back in the bag. I didn't even look. We got red. We got a nice green. We got a pink. yellow. This one is going to be what? That was yellow. This is orange, purple, blue. Oh wow, orange, purple, blue, blue, and and a green one, and a black one, a green one, and a blue one. Ah, nice variety. Nice variety. Okay. So then we want to make sure we go on the proper side of this. So I'm going to put it on the unreadable side. And that's just going to glue in place just like that. That is a perfect cut piece right there. Actually, it could be a little bit shorter even, actually. My knife might have slipped there, so I'm just going to trim just a hair off of this. Anybody that's been here, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and enter the Polymaker draw. The link is at the top of the chat pinned, or it is in the description of the video. Enter to win. There, that's a little better. There we go. Just want to make sure we cover the whole thing and that we don't have any gaps. So that's kind of like we're doing right there. Can you cut the gel sheet with a laser? I don't believe you can. I think Russ mentioned that to me, that the laser will melt it. Now maybe with a fiber laser you could. Maybe with the CO2 laser I could. So realistic. Oh, speaking of CO2 laser, Monport, just so you know we've been waiting for the replacement tube for this. I do have a UPS tracking number. They have shipped it. So I'm hoping that gets here sometime soon. So here's our 2P10 adhesive that we're going to be using on this. And do we actually have an opening, or do I have to? No, I think I got to cut a little bit of the mess off here. There we go. Don't know where those pieces are flying to, but that's okay. There we go. We got an opening now. Okie doke. So first thing, as I said, there is a layer of protective film on one side of this. I don't remember which side, or is it on both? I don't know. Let's just see. So there is one protective layer there. Oh, and it's an even, I don't know, it's an even brighter red when you take that off. And I believe there's one on the other side too, it looks like. There's one on either side of the gel. There we go, both sides. Okay. So, static, I love static electricity. West 3D did not contact me yet, no. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit of CA glue along here. Come on, glue, there we go. We don't need a lot. I wouldn't imagine we don't need much. Just a little dab there. A little dab here. Without gluing the fingers to it. Okay. Tape would grab easily, yes. Okay. And we will carefully put the gel down. And oh, that sticks very fast and very good. So try not to get the excess glue on your fingers. And yep, that CA glue works great. Sticks very good, very fast. So there is the result of that one stuck down. There's the back side and there's the outside. There you go. Okay, so there's one. We'll do the other smaller one. Barking dog, hidden dragon upstairs. I can hear him. Okay, this one I might need a little bit of a trim off too. I do need a little trim off of this one. Just a tad trim. That's okay. Be very careful when you do what I'm doing here. I use these knives every day. I have cut myself more than you know holding a ruler like this. I've had my finger extending over the ruler. I've cut the tips of my fingers off, etc. I have safety rulers at the office actually that prevent from doing that, but just be very careful. These things are sharp, super sharp. And yeah, I've done my fair share of finger cutting with these Olfa knives. And there we go. Okay, make sure I put it on the right side. And I just realized that on the last one that you don't need a lot. And it grips very quick. So when you put it on, get it lined up properly right away. Okay, so we got glue on there. And drop that down. Ooh, that was close. I almost misaligned it. Oh, that was the narrow one. That's why. That was that narrow piece that I cheated with. There we go. Get the excess glue off there. That was that narrow piece. So it's a little narrower on the back, but it still works because really all that matters is what you see on the front here. There we go. Okay, there's the two small pieces. Now we're going to do the big ones. I don't remember which was front and back on this. I don't think it matters because it's the Canadian flag and it's a very, but I'm pretty sure this is the back because we got a little bit of the scorching going on there. So we'll just double check this piece, make sure I don't need to trim any off of it. And this one should be, that one is actually perfect cut size. So we'll put the glue on and then we'll peel the plastic. There we go, just around the edges. So how's everybody's week been? I hope everybody's had a great week so far. And just those of you that are joining, haven't watched the last couple of weeks or something, I'm doing something different. I want to get more use out of my lasers, which is why we're doing some laser stuff right now. I am not giving up on the 3D printing, but I just felt the necessity to take a little bit of a break for now. I have projects in mind for 3D that I still want to do. Oh, that just kind of scooted around. I have projects in mind for 3D that I want to do. I want to do a full-size, life-size dummy 13. There's a few different projects I want to make with it. I just needed to take a bit of a break and switch gears a little bit and get into doing some laser stuff because I've got this laser behind me. I've got this Monport CO2 laser. When the tube gets in, we're going to be putting that through the ringer. And I just wanted to change. There we go. So far, so good. So far, so good. Finished a frame rebuild for your first Trident. Awesome. Awesome. And then there's that one. So we're going to do that one. And the last one here. Then we can actually glue this all together. This is the front. This is the back. Yeah, this is the back. Here we go. How do you know? Because I said so. I have a thinner CA glue. I have a water viscous glue. It's like the viscosity of water. Oh, it works great, but my gosh, goodness, you get it everywhere if you're not careful. Now I got to 3D print a laser cutter. Hey, that might not be a bad idea. Oh, just don't touch the glue. I keep touching the glue. And Jerry, sorry I missed your stream yesterday. I intended to be on it, Jerry, but I had an eye doctor's appointment, and at that eye doctor's appointment, anybody ever had their dilation drops put in where they have to dilate your eyes? And then you are extremely sensitive to brightness for a while afterwards. In my case, it was about 4 hours afterwards. Yeah, I wasn't looking at any bright screens or anything because it was a pain. And there's the last one. It's all said and done. So now we should be able to, we should be in the position now where we can glue all these together. Glue this whole thing together and get the light in it and see what it looks like. It's going to be an moment type thing. Every year you have to do it. Well, I'm going to have to do it every year as well now. It's my diabetic exam, and I have an annual diabetic exam, and that's what it was. And they dilute your eyes, And good news is my eyes haven't changed since last year. They're still looking good. So no big changes, which is a good thing. So we have top. Here's the bottom. Now we're going to glue these in. Now I did get, just want to make sure I have the right things. I did get this glue that Russ had recommended to me. So I'm going to use some of this glue to glue these together. And it takes, I think he said 30 minutes or something like that for it to set. But it's probably a good idea for me to use this because I'm kind of dangerous with real glue. Is this open, or do I have to cut it? I have to cut that tip open or use a needle. I'll have to poke a hole in it to open it so I don't want to cut it open too wide because I want a very fine stream of glue. So I'm going to use my poker to poke that open. Just turned 49 this past Monday. Well, happy belated birthday. Strange things. Happy belated birthday. Why does it say my microphone is switched to my default wireless Go 2? I know it's wireless. My microphone should be sounding just fine right now. I'm getting bouncy bars and everything where they should be, I think. Where's that receiver? Hello, receiver. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so we're going to poke a hole in the top of this. There we go. No glue yet. Oh, there we go. It works. And we'll use this wood glue. It's called Tight Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue. Again, I take recommendations from guys like Russ, from guys like Jerry, from all you guys in the stream that have done stuff like this before. I always take recommendations from you because you know what you're doing. And I trust, it's a great community, and I trust this community when they say, hey, this is a good glue. Now, if it was just somebody random off the street, I would not necessarily be trusting that way. So that's that one. But you guys are not just random people off the street. You guys would not lead me astray. Okay, so this one here, the end ones, I'm going to do the bottom. Let's see how fine of a point of glue we get out of this. And the nice thing is you can wipe this off after. Don't need it on the bottom thing there, Tim. What are you doing? In here and in here. There we go. I should have a damp cloth handy, but... And that goes in... Oh, wrong side. See? And there like that. And let me get a... Do I have some water down here somewhere? I do. Let me just wet my rag. Give me a second. Get a wet rag here so I can wipe excess glue off. Give me uno momento, por favor. See, because I am Spanisho. Spaniel. Okay, let's just pour some water on this rag. Okay, I got more water on the floor than on the rag, but that's okay. There we go. I'm back. And we'll just give that a wipe here. That gets rid of that glue perfectly, the excess glue. Then we'll grab our Canadian flag. This one, we will glue along this little edge here. Just a tad. Oh, I like how fine this glue comes out. And it is nice and thick, so it's not too runny. CA glue would work, but it's be a little bit runnier, and this stuff is not going to bond your fingers together instantly if you happen to make a mistake. Okay. In there, and we'll bond that to there. We'll take the rag and wipe a little bit of that excess off. And I believe Russ said this stuff dries clear too, so even if there's a little excess that I missed, it's going to dry clear. But it's looking good so far. Okay. Oh, I should have, well, it doesn't matter. I can do this DeWitt one, and I can glue this side and the bottom. There we go. Got a tight bond representative at your woodworking club. Oh, cool. I've never heard of this stuff before, but then when you mentioned it, I did some research on it, and This is supposedly really good glue, and it's used a lot by the people in the woodworking industry. You can get different versions of this stuff too, different speeds of drying and so forth. So very cool. And on, come on. There we go, this edge just a little bit. There we go. And I'll wipe a little excess away here. There, looking good, looking good. Okay, one more piece to put on, then we'll do the top. Okay, that's nice that this glue doesn't set instantly because it gives you that little bit of time to... Oh, and see, that's the gel. I needed to actually leave a little bit more room on this side, but that's all right. I should have centered that gel a little better. But you know what? Live and learn. Live and learn. Okay, and then the bottom. There we go. Put that on like so. Okay, and then the top is going to bring it all home. So we're going to just come across the top here. Home Depot carries it. Oh, do they? Oh. Hey, 3D Medic Vince. Okay, top, top. Okay, now we'll bring it all together. And it is this, oops, this way. Okay, come on, cooperate. There we go. And I'll get a little bit of, wipe a little bit of that excess off. And there we go. Oh, that looks good. That looks great with the red gel in it. With the red gels in it. Look at that. And there's inside. So now we'll let that, we won't fiddle with that too much because we're going to let that glue settle a bit. Let's make sure we wipe the excess off, and we'll throw a tea light in here and let's see what that looks like. Now, question. I'll steal a tea light out of one of these. I know these little electric tea lights are cheap, but can you get them brighter? So we turn that one on, throw that in, and there we go. It's hard to see on camera, I know, but that is so cool. Enter the free drawing, definitely. But that is cool. Now in the dark, that looks really cool. I like that. Now you could actually put a real tea light in here too, that you light with a match, because these gels should be a little heat resistant because they are used in camera lenses and camera lights, which do generate some heat. So there we go. That is perfect. Thank you so much, Russ. I'm going to put that right there as my first tea light. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Let's put the cover back on the glue. What did I say I was going to do when I finished that? I don't remember. Let's see, where are we at time-wise? We're almost 5:54. We got another half hour before the draw. So what I would like to do... Russ does amazing work. He sent me a couple different files to play with, and I'm going to, so And he was showing me how he made his living hinges, and I actually want to learn how to actually design. Not that it's hard, but and you know, you can use the template you got, but I really want to make my own living hinges because it looks pretty fun. And for those of you who don't know what living hinges are on wood, actually I can cut a piece out and show you. I can cut the piece out and show you, but I want to do a coaster first. I'm just getting some soot off of these leaves here. This is kind of, my stream's turned into more so you guys just watch me do what I do. And I'm sure another build is going to come along. When that laser tube comes in for the CO2 laser, you get a bonus. You get to see me struggle or not on how to change a CO2 tube out on a CO2 laser. Never done it before. I've only ever watched a video on how to do it, so that's going to be my first time doing it. Love these maple leaves. I could probably put little holes in these and sell them as decorations. And these are just offcuts from those tea lights. That is so cool. Yeah. LED paper lantern from the dollar store. Take the LED part out and you cut a hole in it to fit the part. They're brighter than the tea lights. Oh, really? LED paper lantern. I'll have to look at that. LED paper lantern from the dollar store. I write stuff down to remember it in my little handy write down book. LED lantern from the dollar store. I am going to look into that. I am. If I have a pen, I usually have a pen. There's one in my pocket. LED paper lantern. Dollar store. Perfect. Good tip. Good tip. Going to be a gas. We sell them as mints, ornaments. You guys. What I like to do actually, I actually got some acrylic. I got some acrylic. This is red acrylic, as you can see, acrylic sheets from Bamboo Lab for when we get the CO2 laser going. And I actually got some basswood from Bamboo Lab as well. This is their wood that they package and they QR code up for the H2D. But I thought, hey, I can still run this wood on this printer just as easy. So I wonder if I'm actually gonna open, I actually did already open a piece of this. Where did I put it? Oh, right there. And it's nice wood. I guess if you want to say the only downfall is that's the size they sell, because that's the bad size of the H2D. But it's very flat, very nice, decent quality wood. So this is going to be cool. Let's see if I open that file he sent me that has the living hinge, and I can print one out, or I can cut one out. I believe it was the Star Wars file. Let's go, okay, we're done here. And let's go and open. Here, I'll just pop the display up here. Fair enough. And we'll open project. And it is Star Wars. This should have the living hinge on it. There it is right there. Yeah, I know the processing module device has changed. There we go. So I only want that little part for now. So actually I'll just do this one part right here. Because I just want to try it on this little piece of wood. So I'm going to ungroup. And I'm just going to, oops, careful. I'm just going to select that piece. Oh, I got a piece above it. Select this piece and just group this together. So then I can select everything on here for now, and then deselect that one, and then just delete everything else, and I'm left with that piece, so I can try cutting a living hinge here. Nice wood, that's what she said. I need a that's what she said meter. I'm hoping that this piece is big enough to cut that. I have to see. We'll figure that out in a second when we frame it. Almost knocked my camera over again. I need to get this camera on something different. So we'll pop that in here. Just fits nicely. Bring the laser over. We will set the depth. on the depth meter. You see that little pin just pop out, and that's just going to tell me where to focus. This is a great laser, guys, by the way. And there is an affiliate link to XTool in my description if you should happen to want to get a laser. Okay, and then we're going to move that up to the far left corner of this piece of wood. And we can actually just move the wood, and let's just see. Actually, I'm going to turn it because we have that QR code from Bamboo on it. So I'm just going to put the laser right up to the top there. So my crosshair, you can't see on camera too well, it was right in the top left corner with about 1/8 of an inch on either side is where that crosshair is. And then I'm going to take and move. So I can take this, that X is where my laser is, so I'm going to just take this and move it right up. Basically equivalent with that X almost, that crosshair like that. And we're going to frame it, and we'll see if I can fit this on that piece of wood. Let's just see. Oh, it just fits. Look at that, it just fits. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to move that over just a hair more. We're going to frame it again. I'm sure you saw that on the screen. We're going to frame it again just to make sure. We'll frame. Yeah, fits nicely on there. Okay, perfect. So we'll actually do, we'll use their setting, 3mm basswood. Framing complete. We'll go back in here. We'll tell the project that it's 3mm basswood. Confirm. And we are cutting. And again, we're going to go 100 at 15 speed, and we're going to cut this out, and let's see what we get. Howdy, folks. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was late in scheduling it. That's my bad. We'll process this. We'll start. And I got to turn the fan on, so it's going to get a little bit loud. I got to vent all the smoke out of here. There we go. And we'll turn the air assist on. And as soon as my vent starts up, so basically we're looking, this guy right up here is my vent that's starting up, and it gets a little bit loud. And switch it over and we'll start. Wood smoke. So right now it's cutting the living hinge parts. And this is going to give me a good idea of how well this bamboo basswood cuts. It should cut beautiful. It should really cut beautiful. This is going to be a 4-minute piece, 4 minutes to cut this piece out. Then we'll do a coaster or two. I want to try a coaster of my puppy, Laser Man. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, there we go. Let's test the emergency stop on this laser, shall we? Here, ready? Okay. Oh, it's still going. How come? Oh, the emergency stop button doesn't work. Oh, well, figure that out later. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Oh, we have the Ranch Kid, Timor 714. I don't know if I said hi to you guys as you come in, but hey, everybody that comes in knows that I would say hi if, you know, whatever. We're over those formal. We're beyond those formal greetings now. You guys are all welcome. Be sure to enter the draw. Enter the draw at the top of the chat. Look at these. So really, living hinges are just basically very closely cut lines in the wood. That's pretty interesting. And this looks like it's cutting right through nicely. Yep. Ooh, I got some LEDs I got to check out here too. And I actually did an order on Alibaba. If you have the time to wait, and you have the patience, and you want to order a bunch of something, Alibaba is the way to go. You can save yourself tons by going with them for certain things. You told you'd turn into a wood nerd. I know, Russ. I'm loving this. I really am loving this. I'm not giving up 3D. Please don't ever think that. But I am loving my wood. That doesn't sound good. I'm loving my wood. Okay, let's see how these LEDs are going to work. Mode on, mode. Oh, sure. These are not working at all. Am I plugged in backwards? There we are. I was plugged in backwards. Here, while that's cutting, so you can get the idea, but while that's cutting, we'll just look. I just plugged in these LED strips I got. 1 meter long LED strips. These are going to be for the light boxes that I'm going to make, that Russ is showing me how to make. So this one has a little switch on it here. So mode, speed, and color. Okay, so you can set it so there's red, blue, green, white, light blue, yellow, white, pink, all sorts of colors, and then mode. Different modes that you can have it flashing in. These are cool. Yeah, anyways, so these light strips, let me unplug this, 1 meter long, Amazon, $9.95 Canadian. Okay, $9.95 Canadian on Amazon. Alibaba, okay, this one just doesn't come with a remote, it just came with a little switch here where you have your 3 switches, your mode, your color, your speed. On Alibaba, pretty much the same thing with a tape on the back. Same specs except a separate remote control, 5-volt LED strips, about $1.87 a piece. So yeah, sometimes it's worth going to Alibaba and buying a few things in bulk to have them. And even if I don't use them all, you can sell them. So anyways, looks like we're done. Our hinge is done. Let's switch back over to this. Milroy's. Okay, we've aired that out a little bit. This should just all pop out like that. That's nice. So here, let's just get that smoke back into the fan. Okay, that cut nice and clean out of that. This is that basswood from Bamboo Lab. Again, we got the scorching on the back, but that's from the honeycomb bed. Okay, now we'll pull the hinge out and flick those parts out, and there we go. Look at that. That's just right off the bat. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to switch the camera. I'm going to shut this, turn the vent off, and turn the air assist off. But this, that worked beautiful. Yeah, that's just, it's just like boing, 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 boing. Now there's a lot of scorching inside, as you can see, but that scorching is because of the honeycomb bed. But if this were raised up off the bed, which I'm working on a product for that right now, you're not going to get nearly as much scorching, but that's inside the model, so it's not a huge deal. But that is cool. That wood cut beautifully. That is good wood, I gotta say. I'm a lot happier with that than I am with that, sorry, that crap that I got from my one supplier. But actually, now that I'm running it at the higher temperature, let's just for fun, throw this piece back in and try that same hinge on this piece and see, is it going to fit on there? Yeah, it's going to fit on there. I want to try that same hinge on this piece. Actually, maybe another hinge, unless it's the same as the other one we got to do, but I'll try a hinge on this piece as well. But again, we got to measure the wood. There we are. Kilroy's Odessa Woodworking. Are you Ector Eagle or a Premium Panther? What? What are you guys talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that some sort of a sorority? So let's go ahead and see. Now I can, from here I can undo, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, till I get all those pieces back. There we go. There's the second piece I need to do for the living hinge there. Looks a little longer. It might fit. No, I'm just going to do the one I just did. We're just in a test mode here anyways right now. So I'm going to measure my, go ahead and measure the wood. Okay. I just want to test and see if it does just as good a job with this wood. Okay, and we'll start up at the top corner. Right there. We'll bring the wood over a little bit so we're right on the corner. There we go. Now we'll cut this out of this one. And again, we want to make sure on here that we take this, move it up to the edge where we're starting, right there. There we go. I'll frame it just to be sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay, then we'll process. Oh, I've got to put the material in first. 3mm basswood again. Okay, then we'll process. Oh, no. Got to make sure I tell it I'm cutting. Aha, there we go. And start. There we go. And it looks like we're going to be fine. Okay, we'll cut that one and see how it works too, just to compare the two pieces of wood. But this one turned out beautiful, beautiful. I wonder how far I can bend it. You can bend them pretty good. Those are cool. Oh, and I'm sorry, it's me and burning wood. It's fun. And after we do this, I want to do a coaster of my puppy. So we'll see how this, and I want to show you the neat, most of you out there that have these lasers probably know this already, but I want to show you the neat marking feature on this, where you can actually place your artwork like extremely precise. Some people say it's even better than having a camera on your laser. So the 40-watt CO2 laser head does some really nice work. Oh, cool. Well, that's what we got to get it going. We're waiting for the tube now. Am I going to cut out the name of the winner? Ha! I should do that. I should. Oh man, my cup is sweating. Okay. Let this one cut. We have 3 minutes left on it, and then we're going to do a puppy coaster. The other thing about these coasters is they came out in 3 distinct thicknesses. So we have thick, thicker, and thin, thicker, and thickest. So I'll prep this while we're waiting. I have a acetone, so just your standard acetone. And I like to prep the surface of the coaster, clean it with acetone. It gets off any debris, any marks. And the nice thing about the acetone is that it evaporates and dries extremely quick. But I prepare the surface of them with that, and that's ready to go. Do not sniff acetone. Ugh, Can't be good for you. You could say you use a coaster. Good thing it isn't a cup on your wood that's sweating. It is. It's not on the wood, but yeah. Isn't that irony? I have a sweating cup and I have a stack of coasters here and I don't even have my cup on a coaster. Man, oh man. I'm telling you. Another minute and 53 seconds on that. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, well, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to jump the gun here. Now, there's a difference too, and I've been watching some videos. We're going to do the coaster with a 40-watt laser head, and then you can also do the coaster with the IR 2-watt IR laser head, which apparently does a much nicer job. But I don't have the settings quite down for it yet, so maybe if we have time, I will do a test pattern on a coaster with the IR head and see what we can find as far as ideal settings for that. Oh, acetone destroys these? Oh, okay, good. I'm very careful with the acetone because it is very corrosive and it is very flammable. So, in other words, I wouldn't drip acetone in the laser while I'm cutting wood. Neanderthal. Hey, DeWitt 3D Canada, how do you think the unthinkable? Yes, it's a joke. Huh. That is so true. So really, oh, that's not acetone, good. Really, you don't think the unthinkable because it's unthinkable. How do you even know the word unthinkable? Because you have to think of it to say it. But if it's unthinkable, oh man. Now you got, my brain hurts. Thanks, Andrew. And we're almost done. We're just going to let 16 seconds left. We're going to let it air out a bit. Yeah, we got a little bit more scorching on the top of this one. So this wood's not cutting as clean. Now maybe I got too much power on this one. There we go. So we'll let that smoke clear out a little bit here. We'll let the vent do its job. In the meantime, we'll get a close-up look at this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm sorry, but I love that. I love that. Okay. Yep. No. That was the same settings. Look at that. That's the wood. Look how awful that is. That's the same settings as I did on the other wood. 3mm basswood. But the difference being here, here. That's awful. And I think that this is yeah, this is awful. So if you look at the front, there's a ton of scorching on the front, which there shouldn't be. And the reason there's scorching is, and I know that I've heard about this, and Russ and I talked about it as well. And there's the back. We're not even close to being cut through on this. Okay, and I think it's the glue they use in this to hold the layers together on this. It's the glue. That's the same settings as we did on the bamboo basswood, and that's garbage. So I'm not happy with this batch of wood at all that I got from KJP, KG, whatever they were. Not happy at all with that batch of wood. So that's garbage. That is garbage, but I wanted to try just to see. So, and that was the same settings. That was 100% at 15mm per second, and it didn't do anything. So, garbage. It's not the size of the wood; it's how you use it exactly. Okay, so now that we've done that, 6:19. We'll do the draw in about 10 or 12 minutes. So if you haven't entered, enter up in the top of chat to win Polymaker Filament. Even though we're not doing filament this stream, but you can still enter to win Polymaker because they are still partnering with my channel to give away filament. Thank you so much, Polymaker. And in the description, there's a link as well. So we got this nice clean slate coaster. I'm going to place it on the bed of the laser. There we go. Doesn't matter where I place it, I'll just place it right there. We're going to bring the laser head over, kind of in the middle like that. Can you actually, oh, you can actually see the X there now. Good, they're the crosshairs. So you got here late, you guys. There's some more. We are going to have I really need to have a button here, like one of those easy buttons, and it's going to be a "That's What She Said" button, so we can see how many "That's What She Said" moments we get on my streams when we're talking about lasering in wood. Anyways, so we're going to measure this. So basically, wherever you want to measure the thickness of your piece, it's going to measure exactly where those crosshairs meet. So we're going to measure this. It's going to pop down. It's going to measure the middle. Now, I could put several coasters on here at once and do what I'm going to do now. And I know people are going to have different opinions on this, but I love this method. I kind of love this method. So I'm going to now switch back over here. We're just going to, actually, I'm just going to close this. We're not going to save it. That was just as a test. We're going to close the T-light. We're not going to save it. And we have an untitled document here, which is fine. So we've done our measurement. Now they have this cool little tool, and I've never used this before this last week, and it's called Mark Processing Area. So I can click on that. Oh, it wants me to set the distance. Oh, because I'm in a new job, it doesn't think I've set the distance. So we'll do the distance again. I have to set that distance one more time to make it happy. Okay, it's just going to go do that same thing. It's just measuring the thickness of my piece so it knows where to focus. There we go. Now I can go ahead and hit this, and now marking processing areas. This is really cool. Rectangle, circle, polygon, line. We'll get into other ones later, but right now we're doing a circle because it's a round coaster. And now it wants me to measure 3 points on that circle so it knows exactly where the coaster is. So I say start marking. And now I go back to my machine, okay, and I put my crosshair at 3 points on this coaster right to the edge of it, like so. I hit my button on the machine. There's one mark. I come over to another spot, put it right on the edge, hit my button. There's 2 marks. Come down here. Here we go, hit a third spot. There's 3 marks. That's all it needs. And then what it's done, as you can see, it's marked those 3. Now, if I had several coasters, I can go, now I go end marking on this one. If I had another coaster, I could go ahead and start another one and mark however many coasters wherever I put them on my bed. Then I go done, and there is where my artwork is going to go, and there is where it's going to burn it exactly. So if I move my coaster on the bed now, I'd have to redo this. So I don't do that. So let's import the picture I want to engrave. Import image, and I believe it's in my downloads, and I believe that's the image I want to do. Yes, fit to scale on canvas. There's my puppy. Is he cute or what? That's my Whalen. That's our Whalen Jemmings. So I'm going to resize him some. I want his head. I just want to do his head on the coaster. So probably right about there, something like that. Now, of course, I don't want it in color. I want it in black and white. I'm going to just, there we go. So I'm going to go up to adjust. And they've got some pretty cool tools in XTool, in Creative Space. So I just move that, and then it's automatically going to change it to a grayscale. Now, if I move this, it's going to darken the darks. I don't necessarily want to do that. And I want to move this, and I just want to get to what I think looks decent, which I think about maybe a little bit more highlights there, maybe about right there, something like that. I can adjust the brightness and all this, but I'm just going to leave this as it is for now. Okay, maybe right about there. No, maybe a little darker because I'm losing some details in the highlights right here. And it all depends on the picture you have too. Now I know there's one other step I have to do here, but we're going to do that in a minute. Okay, and so, oops. There, at least you can see my shirt there. Okay, and now I want to create another circle because I need to crop this, because if I don't, the laser is going to laser the whole thing. So I'm just going to create a little circle here, just boom, hold my shift key down so I get a perfect circle like so. And I'm going to position that circle so it's kind of, I want a little bit of bleed, I would say. So I'm going to make that circle a hair, oops, this circle a hair bigger. Just like that, and then I'm just going to position it so that I get a little bit of bleed because I do want this to go right over the edge of the coaster. So right there. Now, I'm going to circle my picture and that circle. Now, anything I do doesn't affect where the marking on the for the laser bed is. And I'm going to go create, and this is a mask. Create a mask. I go create mask, and there's the mask. That's the area that's going to be lasered. Okay. I go up over here to unknown material. I want to choose rock coaster because that's what we're doing. I confirm that it's a rock coaster. Okay. Select my image. Whoops. Okay, select my image. I'm going to engrave. It suggests 25% power at 180 speed. I'm going to increase that power just a hair, 28% at 180 speed. Now the other thing I have to do, because it may lower the contrast a bit, you think so? Let me have a look. You could very well be right. Let's do the adjusting here. That way I get maybe more detail in the dark. Let's lower the contrast by say 3 or 4. Yeah, maybe even 10. Yeah, there we go. So we get more detail in the dark here. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see how that looks. Now, one thing I do have to do, because I'm printing on a black coaster, so I'm printing, if I was printing on white on wood, this is good. I'm printing on a black coaster, so I want to actually have a negative image. So I want to hit this button here that says invert. That's going to turn this into a negative so that anything that's black is white and anything that's white is black. That's how I want to engrave this. And there we go. We're ready to roll. We're outputting the image, we're engraving. Oops, I want to go grayscale and I want to do about 180 lines per inch and I want bidirectional. I haven't played with any of these other different functions yet as far as what the picture would look like. These are for getting different effects. But the one that I saw somebody do, which turned out great, was just straight grayscale, 180 lines per inch and bidirectional, and it seemed to work fine. So now to framing, this is me. Man, the color's awful on this monitor. It's weird. We'll switch over here. I'll just hit a framing just to ensure that we're not doing anything too wonky. Okay, and we'll hit the frame. Let's see what this does. And it looks like I want it to frame just off the edges of the coaster, which it's doing. There we go. Okay, now that we've framed it, we can go ahead and process it. I can shut the lid. And I can go ahead and say, and I don't think I'm using air assist on this. I believe I don't need to use air assist. At least I haven't, and it's been working fine. So we hit process. It's preparing the image for preview. Because it's a complex image, there we go. This is, oops, sorry. This is what we're going to be printing right here. I hit start. And then it's preparing the file. Because it's a little bit of a large file, it's a grayscale image. It's going to take a little bit to process it here to start. Hey, Raj D. Okay, and once that's done, it's going to beep at me to tell me to push the button to start it. And we will start it and see what happens. I'll turn my fan on just a little bit. We don't get a lot of smoke with this. So I'll turn my exhaust fan on just a little bit because we will get a little bit of residue from this. So as soon as that fan kicks in, we'll start her up. And I don't believe I need air assist on this. Although it might hurt. Actually, I'll put it on auto. This thing has an auto setting, so if it needs air assist for a rock coaster, it'll go automatically. So we'll start the process now. Here, let me switch over. Doodle boop, there we go. So we'll start it up. And, oh yeah, it's got the air assist on a little bit low. So the air assist on this machine also has an auto setting so that whatever material you choose, it's going to automatically put the air assist to whatever power it thinks it needs, or it should use for that particular material. Let me get you a better angle here. There we go. And I'll raise that up a bit so you can almost see the engraving happening as it's going. Okay, 6:29. Last, wrong button. What's going on? Cut. There we go. Last chance. Pinned up at the top of chat, there's a form that you go and enter that form to win some Polymaker filament. And it's also down in the bottom in the description. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to enter, and then we're going to do the draw while we're waiting for this coaster to go. It's an 18-minute imaging on this coaster, 18 minutes to do it. So we'll do the draw and we'll get through all that. And by the time we're done the draw, congratulating the winner and etc., this should be pretty close to being done. So let's go ahead and enter that draw if you haven't already. I am going to take a sneak and see how many people have entered. Doom, and I hit the little refresh button, and I can see that we have 43 submissions. Awesome. We have 43 people entered. You guys are phenomenal. Well, get back to my stream. There you go. Go ahead and enter. We're going to do the draw shortly. How are we looking? Let's check it out. Just check out the little bit to start. So we do have an image coming in. Let's see if I can see anything. I'm not seeing a lot of detail, but oh yeah, there we are. We got a little bit of detail coming in. It's just the very top bit so far, so really hard to know. Maybe I shouldn't have turned the power up. Maybe I got a little too much power on that. But I did one earlier and I needed to have a little bit extra power on it for what we were looking for as a finished results. Don't forget to like. Oh, I like. If you enter the draw, you have to like the stream. That's a rule. I can't stop you from entering the draw if you don't like this, if you haven't liked the stream, but you know, come on. You can't just come here to win something and not like it. Even if that's all you like is the fact that you have an opportunity to win some filament. Hey, that's good. Okay, another 30 seconds or so, we're going to close the draw, and we're going to close the draw, and we're going to do the draw. I'm going to move this over to this window. There we go. And I'm going to move the wheel. Where's the wheel? I had the wheel open. There it is. And I'm going to move that over to this window. There we go, so I can keep an eye on things. Want to bet? I dare anybody who doesn't like the stream to try and enter and then see if you win. All entries void without a like. I can't be that mean. Because they can always just like it, win, and then dislike it, right? Unlike it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close the draw. Everybody has had the opportunity. We went from 43 entries to 45 entries. 2 people got in at the last second. Congratulations if you were one of the ones that got in at the last second. We are going like this. We are disabling it. The draw is now closed. You will not be able to access the entry form. I'm going to go grab all the names. There we go. We're going to go to the inbox. We're going to get the tables. We're going to download the Excel file. And it's slowly downloading. Come on, come on. And it's interesting. You'll notice that I have one little question on the form that says, have you used Polymaker Filament before? Have you tried Polymaker Filament before? Oh, split personality one, Raz. That's good. And it's kind of split. It's amazing. Most people, I would say 75% of people that are entering have tried Polymaker or used Polymaker before. And about 20 to 25% haven't. 20 to 25% have not. So it's always nice if somebody who wins has not tried Polymaker Filament before, because I know when you try it, you're going to love it. You ask anybody who's used it. It's one of the best filaments on the market. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a partner with them. That's the truth. I use a lot of their filament. So there we go. Okay, we're going to find that spreadsheet. We're going to open it up. I'm going to find that spreadsheet and open it up. Okay, come on. How many windows do I have open? There we go. Go to my download folder. There is the spreadsheet. We're going to open up the Excel file, copy the names, bring them into the wheel, and pick a winner. There we go. And copy. Let's close this. Let's bring up. There we go. We'll bring up the wheel. There we go. Ready? I'm going to show the wheel. There is the wheel. Why is my face on the wheel now over here? You know where my face should be, really? This would be cool. What if would that be the middle of the wheel right there? Let's just see if that happens. I can't figure that. Oh, not quite the middle of the wheel. Okay. Let's get my mug out of there. Let's just move it back down over here. Let's move it up over the advertising, actually. Let's do that. No. Advertising shows up right about there. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and populate for everybody's entries tonight. And there we go. There are all the names entered on the wheel. Okay, now what I need from you guys, who's going to be the first one to really just jump the gun and pretend they know what I'm going to ask you to put in here for the amount of spins, or the amount of times I'm going to mix it? Nobody's jumped the gun so far. I am proud, although I think there's a bit more of a delay on this stream right now. Is that stuffed gizmo by the clock? It is. I'll bring him down and show you in a minute. I should laser gizmo. See, look at all these. Look at these. All you guys are jumping the gun here. Oh my goodness. I am going to, you know what? Kilroy, because Kilroy's into wood. Just because I'm going to go with Kilroy and Tuxedo, who said no, 3 spins. We're going to do this 3 spins. Just because I randomly picked 3. Actually, what I'm going to do, for everybody that put a number, we have 6, 9, purple. Good one, Big Bad Joe. 6, 9, 15, 18, 25, 37, 43. Total of people that have put numbers was 43. I'm going to 43 shuffles. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43. Whew. Good luck to everybody. For the draw, and the winner of tonight's Polymaker draw is... Who do we have? Is it going to be Da Vinci? It looks like Da Vinci. Look, right in the middle of the name, too. Are you in chat, Da Vinci? You must say something in chat if you are the winner. And you are the winner. Da Vinci, if you are the winner and you do have almost another one, yeah. Da Vinci, say hello, say thank you, say congratulations, say I'm here, say something. Congrats, Polar Ted. Come on, Da Vinci. Da Vinci 1_0. Is he taggable? Can anybody tag him? Is he still on the chat? That is the unwritten rule. You do have to be here. If he does not answer, it should go to the next one on the wheel. We spin again. We pull his name and spin again. We have to. No tag, so maybe he's left. I'm going to start my timer here. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 60 seconds.
60 seconds, starting now.
Okay, we're going to set this timer 60 seconds. He might be gone to the bathroom. He might be, who knows, he might be seeing an ad, although he shouldn't be seeing any ads. But we've got 45 seconds and we're going to spin it again. Okay, I'll stop singing. Not taggable. Okay. 30 seconds. We're just going to be fair. 30 more seconds. And 30 more seconds. He could have left to make a sandwich. That's true. But, hey, timing. If he's not taggable, he's left the stream. So we have another 13 seconds. You were singing. I was singing. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, we have 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to remove. We're going to redo the draw. Stop. Timer. Okay. I am going to... I said stop the timer. What is with you, timer? I said stop. Because it is 6:40 and 6 and 4 equals 10, we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to shuffle 10 more times and spin the wheel again. He's here. Where? Da Vinci. Oh, you are here. Where were you, Da Vinci? Since you're here, I will honor it. You thought I got it in time. Okay, you're here. Da Vinci, you're okay. Fair enough. It was, oops. I'm not a stickler. I'm a fair man. You did win. You are here. Stop. He's here. I know. Do you want me to spin it just to see who would have won it if he hadn't shown up? Nah, we shouldn't do that. That'd be cruel. I won't do that. YouTube keeps erroring, so it's probably got him. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You don't want to know. Da Vinci, you're all good. Okay, I will contact you with an email tomorrow with a link and a code so you can claim your prize. I was surprised you left because you always stick around to the end of the streams, but hey, you know, but good. I'm glad that we caught you before the deadline. So he was here before he ended the countdown. Good to know. Even if he popped in 3 seconds, I hadn't spun again. I was thinking about how many times to shuffle the wheel. I was killing time for him, so we're good. Congratulations, Da Vinci. You are the winner. Sorry. Just be here on time next time, will you? Come on. I'm just kidding. When nature calls, I know. Go for it. It's probably me that would come up. Okay, this does not count. We're going to spin the wheel again to see who would have got it had he not shown up. This does not count. This is just for fun. I apologize to whoever it would have been. I'm not even going to show you the wheel. I'm just going to spin it. I'm going to see who would have won. Oh, you're got to be kidding. No, really? Oh, okay. Well, that person would have won had Da Vinci not shown up. So there we go. We don't want to show the name because it would just be cruel. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Let's just close it off. There we go. I can't do that. That would be too cruel. Only I know. Only I know. But I won't tell you. No, I'm not going to tell you. Can you imagine if you're... I mean, it's just for some filament. You're going to be here every week. You come here every week, you can win some. Oh, look at that. How did you know another GC, another CG? I can't tell you who it was going to be, another CG. So, even if I were to tell you who it was going to be, I don't want to disappoint somebody like another CG. Not that I'm going to tell you who it is, so... It's still doing it. Okay, it is done. Let's see how we're doing on our coaster. Let's see, where is the window for the coaster? There's that. I'm going to have a look first. Not happy with it. Nope, not doing good. I'm going to stop it. Here, I'll show you. That's not what I wanted to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. It's not coming out good at all. Way too bright. I think I need to lower my power. So, yeah, I'm going to stop it. Let's cancel the print. Okay, we're going to cancel the print so you can see that I canceled the print. And I have to reset it up and everything because it's not coming out as good as I thought. So let's open this up. And I'll show you what I mean. It is way too bright. Like, I'm speaking way too bright. Like, there's no detail at all through most of it here. So, we'll count that as a loss. I mean, the detail in the eyes is going to be okay, but everything else is way too. So, we need to lower the power on that. Acid clean it. Oh, acid clean it after? Well, I don't have acid. Let's see, where'd I put them? Right here. I do have acetone. Acetone. Let's do the acetone and see if maybe, if I just stop to print that, it's going to turn out looking good because I didn't clean it, then hey, shame on me, but I don't think it's going to look any good. Let's just try some acetone. You can sand the slate and try again. Okay. Let's see what acetone does. Okay, let's not put that on the mat. Yeah, and I have an orbital sander too, so yeah, I won't throw it out then actually. I'll keep it and try it again. But yeah, acetone didn't do much good. There it is, cleaned. It's still too bright. I think I just need to lower the power. So I'm going to throw another one in. It's a good thing these things were like 80 cents a piece from Alibaba. Alibaba, a whole bunch of them, and I think they're actually 50 cents a piece or something like that. I don't remember, but they weren't overly expensive. So we'll clean this one off. And we will try you're not resetting. I just got to reset the laser here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Tumble it. Peel it up, peel the feet off and do the other side. Oh, could do that. Yeah. That's true. I think I have 500 of these, so I think sanding it might be good, but I'm just going to try the one. Let's just see. So what I got to do here is I have to do that process over again. So I got to put the coaster in, which it is. We're going to go ahead and measure it for thickness. Okay, so we'll do this part here. There, you can see that needle come down now. Touches it. Boop, boop. It'll say confirm. It's going to come back. Okay. And then I'm going to go mark my processing area for a circle. I either need less power or I got to go faster. So mark. And we'll come over here. We'll mark that one. And we'll come down here. And we'll mark that one. Okay. And you'll notice what's going to happen here, whoops, is that we got our circle again, but you'll notice that when I say that, it's going to be in a different position. There we go. So you see it moved because obviously I moved the coaster. So there we go. Now, rock coaster, confirm. So engrave, it's recommending, I think it was down, actually, I'm going to actually switch this up for a second. I'm just going to say it's stainless and confirm. Now I'm going to go back to the rock coaster because I overrode something there. Rock coaster, confirm. So it's saying 25% 180. I only bumped it up to 28%, which is not much. So I have a feeling I may need to go, well, what I really should do is do a test pattern, but I'm just too lazy to do a test pattern right now. So grayscale, we're going to do 160 lines. Bidirectional, we're going to lower the power to 20%. Anybody out there have a suggestion what I should try? 20%. And let's rank that up to 200 millimeters per second. I can make a jig and do it. Yeah, I know I can. Definitely do a jig. The thing with the jig, and I agree with you wholeheartedly there, I can also lay these out several on the bed, and I can do that 3-point position on all of them so I know exactly where they are. But ideally, if I had a jig with 6 or 12 on it, I'd have to actually then pinpoint the corners of the jig so that I have, you know what I mean, what I'm saying? So that each one is in the exact same position every time. It would have to be a pretty precise jig. So instead of having to mark 3 spots on a coaster every time, I have a jig that has 8 coasters on it, for instance, and then all I got to do is mark the corners of the jig, and it knows exactly, then it's going to know where the coasters are based on the jig on the, at least that's how I think I would do it. So yeah, isn't that Irish? The Irish jig. Okay, so I'm going to just take a wild shot at this one. I'm going to go 200. I'm going to go 200 because we were getting some detail in there. I'm going to go 220% power, and we'll see how that works. And I'm going to process, and we'll have an idea of how it's going to work in a minute here. I can see. As I say, I've got lots of these coasters. Actually, I should be doing this on one of my test coasters, one of my defective test ones, but that's okay. I've still got 2 massive boxes of coasters down at my office. Start. Yeah, I do want to do a dig though, Andy Visley, definitely for these. But obviously the idea is to make it as positioned as accurately as possible. So that's something I'm going to play with. There we go. So now we got to go ahead and hit the go button. And this is going to go faster with a little less power. There we go. And hopefully we get some more detail on this one. And then if failing this, and I'm sure all coasters are different. I mean, that setting was for rock slate. These are smooth coasters. And I'm sure that if this doesn't work, I will do a test pattern actually, which is what I should have done to begin with. I'll just do a test pattern on the coaster. So ideally, any kind of different materials you get, you want to do a test pattern. That is for sure. Yes. The old let's change 2 parameters trap. Yeah, no kidding, right? More power would make it darker. No, well, see, that's the thing. That's a good question, Jason. Actually, because you would think more power would make it darker, but because we're printing on black, so the white areas is what I want them to be lighter. So I want less power so I get more detail in the light areas. Because we're printing on black, we're printing like a negative image onto a black. So what's black is white, what's white is black. And the higher the power, the whiter it gets on the coaster. So where's that other coaster I did earlier? Oh, I don't have, oh, I have a picture of one that I did. And this is one that Russ had sent me. Where did I put the picture? And I did one of his coasters, and it worked out perfectly. And it could just be the way I've got my image processed too. And that likely is the way I've got my image processed. Let's see, where is it? The one that I did. It was the, where is it? Way back here somewhere. We've sent a lot of text back and forth. Texts back and forth. I'll show you the one I did that worked out beautifully. If I can find it. Yada, yada, yada. Da, da, there it is right there. So that's the one I did. Russ had sent me this image. It's a train. Oh, maybe it's better on this other camera. Oops. If I do this. Hard to see, but it's a train. And that one turned out pretty decent, actually. It's hard to get it in the proper light here. But, yeah, that's the kind of sort of effect we're looking to get here. So, hopefully, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it has to do with preparing the image and getting it ready. So, there's a little bit of a learning curve there. It may work better with slate. This is slate. These are slate coasters. Like, they are slate. But again, you know, who knows what the surfaces are made of, blah, blah, blah. Text works beautiful on these things. Text with the IR laser, oh, it comes out awesome. Let's see how we're looking here. Yeah, this is already coming out a little bit better. May still be a little too much power in here, or maybe I need to increase the speed, but I can see more detail in the image coming out of there already. It's got 12 minutes left on it. We'll just finish this one off, and then we'll call it a stream, and we'll see how this one works. But then we'll fiddle with this a bit more during the week and figure that out. And as I say, it may be the way I'm processing the image in the software that I need to do something different with that. But I want to play with all the different settings and learn all the different ins and outs. I don't think you become an expert at these things overnight. I think this takes a lot of practice, a lot of trial and error. So definitely. But I'm enjoying this. These living hinges just blow me away, though. How you can just bend a piece of wood like that. That is so cool. But I'm working on, as I said, I'm working on a device that I can put in here where I'm just going to have little fingers type things sticking up that I can lay the wood on so we don't get that flashback from the honeycomb. And I got to clean my honeycomb bed. Apparently, has anybody ever heard of a product called, I think I put it in my notes here because I want to try it. Where did I see it? And apparently it works really good for cleaning off a honeycomb bed. And I'm wondering if any of you guys that have lasers has tried this. I know it's Prime Days coming up. It is called LA Totally Awesome All-Purpose Cleaner. LA Awesome Cleaner. Has anybody heard of that? I watched a video of some lady. She has a laser. She put the honeycomb in a bin, sprayed some LA Awesome, let it sit, sprayed it on all corners, let it sit, rinsed it off with a shower hose, sprayed it on again, and it almost looked like brand new. You have to dry it out. And the honeycomb almost looked like brand new. So I'm wondering if it really does work that well, or, you know. LA Awesome is great. Okay. Is a mainstay spray. Okay, cool. Cool. I may try it. It's not expensive. I've got it in the cart on my Amazon cart, and it's like $23 for 2 bottles, 2 of the 100 ml bottles. Seems I thought I might not be able to get it in Canada because it's LA Awesome. So I don't know if that's La Awesome or if it's LA like is in Los Angeles Awesome. You're supposed to clean the honeycomb? I think so. Well, I think that because as the honeycomb's getting dirtier, and I think you're just making up, you know that, probably know that, Kilroy, but anyways, as the honeycomb gets dirtier, the flashbacks get worse. So, at least I found that. So, plus I like things to be clean. I dust out everything. I like things to be nice and clean. And, you know, a clean honeycomb is a happy honeycomb. So, what can I say? Let's see how we're doing here. It's a little better. I still need to play with this a bit more, I think, but it's looking a little better than it was. Yeah. So we'll let this go, and then I'm gonna let this finish before I end the stream. That's what she said. Mine was filthy. Yeah, it's time. Mine's getting pretty bad. I have here. Let me go grab the other one. I have one from the D1 I have a D1 Pro I'm trying to sell. D1 Pro with an IR head and a 20 watt head and air assist and all that. And I'm including the honeycomb with it. And this one's not bad. I mean, you'll laugh at this and say that's not a dirty honeycomb, but so this is the honeycomb that's going with it too. But that's, and I don't know if you can see that on the camera at all. Yeah, you can see that's the stuff, right? So apparently it takes that stuff right off and makes it look like new. You know, so yeah, that's from my D1 Pro. And I've got to actually upgrade my ad because I forgot to put the honeycomb in as part of the deal with the ad that I'm putting up to sell this thing. So there we go. Okie doke. Okie dokie. What did I just drop? Oh, that's off the honeycomb. I don't know what it is. Clean honeycomb is a happy honeycomb. Time to make a sign. You're gonna make a sign? What are you making? What sign? What are you making, huh? What are you making, huh? Huh? Okay, we have 7 minutes left on this. And let me see. Yeah, it's looking a little better. It could be even better. I don't know if this is going to show it too well. But here, over this side, yeah, you can kind of see that there's a little more detail coming out in it, but I think it's still probably a little too much power. Or I could just increase the speed a little more. Vinyl. I do a lot of vinyl cutting. There we go. Look at that. Look at that puppy dog coming out. A sign that says the above phrase. Oh, clean honeycomb is a happy honeycomb. That would be a good sign. Show me a sign. I'm going to try and get my USB ports working this week. See if I can figure out what's going on with those. It's kind of a hassle not having all my USB ports working when I have to shuffle things around. I'm going to look into some powered USB hubs, as was suggested earlier in the stream. We'll get that all taken care of. Yes, hopefully. That's just a simple issue. Vinyl plotter cutter stencils, that's sign language, yeah. I have a 65-inch plotter. It's a Roland. 65-inch plotter, works really well. I have a 63-inch HP L360 latex printer. Not here. That's at my business. Okay, Kilroy, talk to you later. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Where you live, the verbiage is totally awesome. Totally awesome instead of LA's awesome. See you, Jose. I know it's late for you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We're just going to let this finish and then I'm going to shut her down. I just want to see how this looks. Used to work for a sign shop. Oh, well, there you go. Of course. Then you know all about it. Vinyl and weeding and masking and yeah. Some weeding is fun. Some weeding is a pain in the arse. Yeah. I know some of you are sticking around to see how this looks, just like I am. I'm sticking around to see how it looks. Let's see what it looks like now. Yeah, it's going to look a little better actually. Can actually make out the fact that it's a dog. So this one might actually be okay. Although I think I still want to see a little more detail in those highlights. Although I'm looking through green glass too, so it's really hard to tell through the green glass. Or green acrylic, whatever you want to call it. I've also been working on my my Do It 3D Canada YouTube button. There's this, which goes. That's actual glass. I'm surprised. That dollar store frame is glass. So this guy goes up here, like so, and then down below. Where did I put that piece? I don't want to break that glass. Walking on broken glass. And then this piece goes down here and it's going to have a digital something in it. So I'm going to have making my own, because I'll never be big enough to get a YouTube button. I'm making my own YouTube button. There you go. There's that too. I'm cheating the system. Oh, cool. I have a, I think it's in my garage. I have I went to a meet and greet for a group called Signs 101. There's a group out there called Signs 101, and they have like a blog or a little chat thing they do. And I went to a meet and greet in Reading, Pennsylvania. Notice I pronounced it right. Went to a meet and greet in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I watched. They had a guy there that was a pinstripe painter. He pinstripes by hand. Oh my goodness! Like that's an art in itself. That is an art in itself. And I have a panel that he did for me. That it's in my garage. I've had it for a number of years. But yeah, that takes talent to do what they do. Okay, another under 2 minutes left in this print, and it's looking pretty. Oh no, it could be lighter. It's still a bit too bright. It could be. I could turn the power down, or actually increase the speed on it. I'll fiddle with it during the week. I'll actually do a test grid on one of these things, and see what works, and I'll also do some research and see preparing the actual grayscale image properly, because I'm probably not preparing the image properly. But we're almost done here, as you can see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Usually you specialize in one thing and you're not that good at the other, right? It's hard to find somebody that's good at everything. Except me, I'm good at everything. That's what he said. And we're coming close, 50 seconds. You sent me a DM on Discord. Okay, sounds good. I'll have a look for it right after the stream. 30 seconds left. It looks like a dog, but again, not enough detail. But he's a dog, he won't notice. Okay, now we're just engraving the honeycomb. But, okay, I can stop it now, there's no sense. Oh, no, we're done. Awesome, task is done. Okay, close, okay. Okay, let's have a look at it. Let's open her up. Yeah, it's better. It's better, but it's still too light in my opinion. Here we go. You can tell it's a dog, but still too light. Yeah. Okay, we'll give it a little bit of a rub with some acetone, just to clean any debris off. And then I also have, I will probably also do a, here, let's see. Well, it might look better if I put a little coat of varnish on, or a little coat of gloss finish on it. Yeah, but definitely, I've definitely got to work on preparing these halftones, these grayscale images a little bit better, because I think that could come out much better than it is. But that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, yeah. I think I'll spray a little bit of clear coat on it, and I'll keep this one. But yeah, I want to see more detail in the highlights. So, anyways, thank you so much everybody for sticking around, and I appreciate that. That's awesome. Missing detail, but better. Yeah. I'm gonna fiddle with this, and I'm gonna perfect this, because I wanna do more of these family pictures, portraits, whatever, etc. People go nuts. People love their pets. People will buy coasters with pictures of their pets on it if they look better. So a few more tries, it'll be perfect. It will, Tuxedo, yes. Anyways, thank you everybody. Congratulations again to, oh man, who won the filament? See, that whole mix up with the draw and everything has got me all kerflustered. But it was, the official winner was, where's the picture I took? Anyways, I'll figure it out. I've got it on there. It'll show up tomorrow for me. But anyways, awesome. Thank you for hanging around. Talk to you guys later. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we'll see you next week with some different stuff. Okay, bye for now.